Hello and welcome back to my Power Rangers vlogs. I hope you're all feeling more phenomenal and thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be taking a look at episode 3, Teamwork. And I like to keep my intros brief, so with that, let's morph right into the episode. The episode starts with Kim and Trini already doing a public service announcement in regards to cleaning the dump site. Their PSA includes having other students sign a petition to clean it up. Meanwhile, on the other side of campus, there's another student having a petition to get rid of all the giant monsters. However, our pro-monster villain Rita happens to be pro-pollution as well. Unfortunately, not as controversial of an opinion as you might think it is. We see Jason, Billy, and Zach stop by and sign the petition, but they can't go with Kim and Trini to drop it off, which makes them disappointed because teamwork or something. Excuse them for having plans. However, when Kim and Trini go to the dump site, we find out that Rita has claimed the dump site as her own. So that petition is not going to really help, is it? Rita sends a bunch of putties to attack the two. This is where Kim and Trini probably realized they should have went to the office building instead. Zordon summons the other three Rangers and says something about teamwork. I can't help but feel this is a big part of the episode. So because teamwork is a big part of this episode, Zordon does the logical thing and sends the other three Rangers to fight the monster instead of helping Kim and Trini. Good job. But don't worry, Kim and Trini morph, and they all fight the giant monster and go back to their mundane lives. Overall, I do think Teamwork is a better episode than High Five, but you can tell with these early episodes that they're still trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. This episode does give an overall sense of teamwork and comes across better than the last episode's lesson of facing your fear. This is a very action-packed episode, so there isn't really any character development to speak of. However, I didn't really care for the attitude Trini and Kimberly had when the guys said they couldn't help because of their prior engagements. Don't worry, we still have Apple trying to be cool and hip with those kids, man. Or he has Zach try to teach him how to hip-hop, which ends up harming the command center at the end. When they summon their Zords, Kim does fire on the group of buddies that attacked her earlier. Doesn't that break one of the rules? Rules aside, it's time to talk about the monster of the episode, the Minotaur. In design, he's nothing special. He looks just like a generic Minotaur. But what he lacks in design, he makes up for it in his abilities. What makes this Minotaur different than the ones that I know about is that he is able to breathe fire and shoot lasers out of his eyes. That's just awesome. However, I must admit I kinda lied a little bit in my plot summary. See, this episode wasn't as simple as summon the Megazord to beat the giant monster, because the Megazord really couldn't defeat the monster. The Rangers actually had to teleport back to the command center to receive their power weapons, and only those weapons could defeat the Minotaur. Overall, the monster was pretty cool, but enough with him. Let's get to my favorite section, Mighty Morphin, Bulk, and Skull! While Kim and Trini are getting people to sign their petition, we hear a burp from the wild Bulk. And before we know it, we see Bulk, Skull, and some 80s reject? Yeah, so Bulk and Skull are accompanied by this random character that goes unnamed and rarely interacts with anyone. And is kind of just there. So after doing a little research, I found out that in the script her name is Sharky, and she only appears 2 other times in the series. So, like I said, she's just there. Anyway, Bulk can't throw the empty can of soda in the recycling bin right next to him. We do see another student pick up the soda can and tries to show Bulk how to recycle. Unfortunately, Bulk took his gesture as insult and dumps the recycling bin on him. Kim and Trini put their clipboards down and they've had enough. Bulk and Skull try to fight them, but the 2 girls dodge out of the way and both Bulk and Skull end up recycled themselves. Fun fact, Kim and Trini actually used this experience to help them fight off the putties. It's kind of neat. And that's all for today's episode. If you didn't think I made a complete fool of myself, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more of me talking about Bulk and Skull, then hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter where I make updates and stupid tweets. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care.